Hello ladies and gentlemen. I recently learned a new way to do a cut crease and I'm very excited to try it, so today I'm going to tell you all about it. First thing first, I need to start with my primer, not my foundation, so I'm going to put my primer on. I'm getting ahead of myself already. I'm then taking some cream foundation on this foundation brush and I'm going to apply it in all the typical concealer areas, which is how I start. I'm going to do a powder foundation routine. So usually when I do a cut crease, I do my face makeup and everything. I apply concealer on my lids to make sure they're primed. I put the color in the crease I want to have in the crease, and then I take a concealer. I take a cream concealer to be specific, and I take an eyeliner brush, and then I use the concealer to cut out the crease the way I want it to be. And then after that I go in with some setting powder and make sure to set the whole cut part, and then over that I go in with a color. Which is the normal way everyone does their cut crease, right? I mean, at least that's all I've seen on all the big YouTubers and all the cute people on Instagram showing how they do it. They just cut it with concealer. Given most people tend to prefer a liquid concealer, but my liquid concealers aren't really in tubes where I can squeeze it out, number one. Number two, I feel like I have more control with a cream concealer, but apparently that's up for debate. Now while I apply my powder foundation, my personal favorite way to do a cut crease is using a shadow that is pigmented enough that you don't have to use a concealer underneath it, so you can just use that shadow on a brush to cut the crease. Given that is not the most defined way to do things, and then you kind of can only use that shadow, you can't have a whole rainbow going on in the cut part. But it's easiest, what can I say? And shadows that are more loose are the best to use for that because you can really place them exactly where you want it to be and you don't have to brush it on or build it up. But I am well aware of the fact that my cut creases ain't the best out there. I follow this one chick on Instagram and she does insane cut creases. They look like this. And then I look at it, think doing a cut crease is really cute, try it out, and then it turns out like this. As you can see, there's still lots of room for improvement. So I took to Instagram again, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, I think you really should. I post cool things like every now and then, I swear, and I'd love to see more of you on there. Even though I'm sure everyone is on Instagram these days, but I'd like us to be in touch on Instagram. But that self-plug aside, I found this Instagrammer by the name of Beauty by Keys. I think she posted an ad on Instagram and that's how I found her, but I checked out her page and literally all she does is cut creases and all of them are cute. And I was like, girl, how do you do this? I actually commented on one of her posts asking if I could DM her and ask her how to do cut creases, and she replied saying by all means I'm allowed to do that. And I wasn't gonna let this opportunity go to waste. So I sent her a message with some pictures of how my cut creases turn out and say for some reason the shape just never feels right and I need some help. And she was like, okay, cool, first thing first, tell me how you do it. So I gave her the same spiel I've given you guys, the whole cut your crease with concealer, set it, wada. And she like immediately corrected me. Apparently I was doing it entirely wrong. So the whole reason why I'm filming this video and babbling to you about cut creases is I want to try out the method she sent me. So now that you know the full story about how we ended up here, I'm going to bring you in a little closer so you can see what I'm going to do on my eye, and then we'll try Miss Key's secrets. I'm also going to try and take inspiration from one of her looks, but I'm not going to try and recreate it because it very much might not turn out the same way. Also, I spent like 15 minutes trying to get my hair in a messy bun because I'm not good at messy buns and I'm sitting in a way where you can't even see it, but it's okay. I know I got it done. She has some freaking cute stuff. I don't know how to choose one. Given they all look hard too. I want to use this palette today and I think I'm going to do a gold brown type of thing with a pop of color on the lower lash line. But as I said, let me bring you in closer. So I'm going to bring you in like this because if I sit like this, I can comfortably see in my mirror and you can still see what I'm doing. I'm going to keep it simple and I'm going to go in with Riff, this brown color right here on a big fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to wash it into my crease. I'm going to raise my eyebrows so I can use all the space I have underneath them. Just go back and forth. Another problem I have with cut creases is I feel I go too intense with them because you need space for the cut part and you need space for the rest of it. But you can go up to your brow, there's nothing against that. So just do it. Also, I've learned by looking at pictures, you should put it here, apparently, some of your eyeshadow color. Let it go up to the side of your nose. So I'm going to make a point today of applying some color here, like I would here in the outer corner. The same has to happen on the other side. If you watched the first video where I did a close-up like this, you know we're still learning, we're trying our best, gonna get there. Besides, this whole channel is pretty much just you watching me learn things in anyways. Considering how like a third of my content is me going to uni, that is actually quite accurate. I'm then also gonna go in with this orange. It's one of my favorite colors. I always want to use it because I never had an orange. Now I have one. Now it has to go everywhere. But I kind of just want a little bit, so I'm gonna brush it over like that so that it has a tint of orange, and I'm not gonna dip again. I'm just gonna work with what I have. All my brushes are still green from the last look I did. I should really clean them. Now because I want to stick with a warm tone, I'm gonna go in with the color Punk. And I'm gonna take a flat yet still fluffy brush like this, pick the color up, and I'm gonna apply it just below where I want the cut crease to be. That way I can blend it out and I'm not gonna blend it too far. And because I want the cut crease to be just above my crease, I'm gonna place this right in my crease. And then I'll blend it upwards, making sure to hit that inner corner as much as I hit that outer corner. Now blend that all together. I want a touch more orange, so I'm gonna work it on the edge to help it blend. Even though this is a part where I'm supposed to know what I'm doing, I feel this side is turning out so much better than this side. But the two sides are never even, are they? Now these inner corners definitely have some color. I'm ready. Now I need to actually read to you what this chick told me about how to do a cut crease. Apparently what she does is she first uses a cotton bud and some makeup remover to clean the area she's gonna apply the cut crease, which I never knew. I always thought you just applied something on top. I've never heard of cleaning it first, so that's a new one today. Secondly, she then goes in with a really thin liner detail brush and some concealer. The more liquid, the better, and then she carefully draws the line of the cut crease. Once she's done with that detail work, she takes a flat brush and just drags that concealer down and blends it out as far as it's gonna go, and then she continues with what she wants to do. And I guess I see the logic, that can work, so I'm gonna try that now. Or rather, I'm gonna try my own version of that now. I'm taking a makeup wipe, and since I have long nails on this hand, I'm just gonna put my hand in underneath like this and use this edge to clean it. On this hand, I don't have long nails, but we'll talk about that in another video. So, makeup wipe in place. Got my mirror. Now I'm gonna start in this inner corner, drag it right above my crease, and wing it out. See how it goes. Even cleaning up the side of my eyeshadow so it looks cute. But now that we're here, I decided I'm not gonna wing it out, because that's an okay shape the way it is. Nice little dome we got going. So I'm just gonna do the same on the other side, I hope. Okay, the advantage to this is if you mess up, you can kind of just go back in and blend the eyeshadow over the line, as opposed to having concealer already making everything patchy if you try and do that. So I can deal with this part of it. It's definitely easier if you're looking at a mirror a bit further away and not up close to your face, but still not perfect, but we're using that today. Now I need to clean the lid as well, not just the line. So let's do this. I'm taking so long my makeup wipe is drying out, which is not a good sign. Why are these drying out so fast? Oh my goodness. So apparently next you take a little brush like this, which is fine. I usually use this one to draw the line. Now I'm just actually going to dip it into concealer, so I need to remember to clean it after that. But I'm picking up some liquid foundation, and now I need to draw it on that line. Now I'm kind of just taking it and brushing it down a bit, blending out that color, so I don't have to go in with another brush in a minute. And we got a straight cut crease. Okay. Gonna make sure that I don't have a blob right by the edge. So just drag it down even further. I almost don't believe that just worked. Okay, well, now for the other side. I have two mirrors. I have my palette mirror right in front of me, and I have my normal mirror standing. So I can look at my palette to make sure I'm on the line, but I can look at the mirror at distance to make sure both sides are even, and it's really helping. Try and make sure I'm in frame. From the way I'm sitting, my one leg is dead, and now it's tingling like crazy. For those of you that want to know, like I always wanted to know, what do you do at the end? I kind of just let it taper off and it looks fine. And this inner corner, I brought it down and then just straight into my inner corner. Now again, to blend it all out. Now she didn't say anything about setting my lid, so I'm gonna go straight in with the shadows, and I want to use Blaze first in the inner corner, then I want to use Stranded in the middle, then I want to use Ignite on the end, so I have a bit of a gradient of gold on my lid. I'm carefully getting Blaze right onto the edge of the line, but number one, kicking it up in the pan a bit so it's loose and I can pick it up, and number two, picking it up on the side of my brush so I have an edge to apply it with. This is such a pretty color. I didn't even realize. I know for a fact this is the type of color that doesn't show up on camera, and camera doesn't do it any justice. So you're all probably looking at this thinking, what is she talking about? But if you have this palette and you've checked out this color, you would know it's a cute one. Next is Stranded, a more true gold that's gonna go more in the middle of my lid. And again, kick it up in the pan a little bit so I can apply it right on that edge. I don't really want to go in with that third color from the Urban Decay palette, so I'm gonna go in with Fairy from the ABH Soft Glam palette. It looks like a nice gold to add to this. Oh, and it's so pretty. Now I'm going back in with Riff, that brown color I put in my crease, and I'm gonna put it here on the edge because I kind of want to fade it, I think, but I don't want it to end so bluntly, so I'm kind of gonna just work the color on there as well. I might have to go in with a bit of punk as well because the gold is really brightening up this Riff color. It's not really looking the same. That's a bit more like it. Clean up that edge again on both sides. Try and get it to look normal. Now before I get too excited about this, I need to do the lower lash line too. So I'm taking Riff again on that same brush. I'm going to apply it on my lower lash line, connecting it to the outer edge. Really bringing it into. And now for that pop of color, I'm actually going to go to a BH Cosmetics palette because it's the only thing I have that's colorful. And I want to use green. I want to use this green. Which one? That one right there. Kind of pick up a bunch of it. I'm going to put on the lower lash line. And then again, blend it out with that brush to make sure it all forms a part of the look. See, it's pretty subtle, but I wanted it. Time for some eyeliner. And yes, I'm still a big fan of tight lining. I'm trying to ease off the liner, so I'm going to curl my lashes and continue without it to see if I can survive. And lately, to curl my lashes, I catch them in the thing, squeeze, and then tilt it upwards and pinch, let go, pinch, let go, pinch, let go until I reach the ends, and I find it curls it more. And you can kind of see the difference now between my two lashes because this side is curled and this side is not. I'm using this Get Big Lashes Volume Curl Mascara from Essence, and I'm going to apply it on my lashes. And I'm currently looking in my mirror that's far away from me, so you can see me putting my mascara on in more detail than I can. I have lashes I can put on, but one thing at a time today. And I would say that is definitely a cut crease. So let me get you back to your spot, then we can continue. And here we are. I still want to put on another layer of mascara, so I'm kind of waiting for that to dry, but I definitely need some lipstick and some highlight, so let's do that first. I want a nude that's going to last the whole day, so I'm putting on this ColourPop one, and I'm just going to put it all over. I'm going to be honest, the matte liquid lipsticks by ColourPop are a little gross, or at least the two I have are, but I found the best way to wear them is to put on a thin layer. That way you don't really feel it that bad, and it doesn't have enough there to really get gross, if that makes sense. A thin layer works. And I'm applying a bit of this NYX nude in the middle to kind of give it more of a nude tint, because this is a nude pink and I wanted a nude nude. Time for that second layer of mascara so that we can get those lashes showing. I only apply second layer on the upper lashes because I don't want the lower ones to be long. I'm going to be using my usual Carly Bible palette for highlighter, but today I'm going to be using the golden one, not the pink one, to go with all the other gold we got going on. So I'm picking it up on a pencil brush and I'm going to apply it on my Cupid's bow, where you always need some highlighter, and go over to calm it down so it's not so intense. Put some on the bridge of my nose and the tip because I actually did contour my nose. Some right there underneath my brows so they shimmer as well, and on my cheeks, which I can actually do with my finger. And because of the way the cut crease is, I already have highlighter in that inner corner and I don't have to do anything. I'm done. That is a cut crease and it worked out better than the way I usually do it. And you know, I think the reason for that is a liquid you can really apply with ease. It doesn't create any drag, where if you use a cream for a cut crease, you kind of drag on your lid. That's why you have to stamp it on, but then the line isn't that straight. So doing it this way, I did find it easier. I have a lot more control with a small brush and a liquid, which is very reminiscent to eyeliner, and I'm quite used to eyeliner at this point, so it does make sense that I'd be able to work with that. But I am thrilled with this cut crease. It's not the prettiest out there, but it is the beginning for me, and I hope to only go up from here. Thank you to the girl that replied to me and told me how to do this. I really appreciate that you took the time to get back to me and didn't pretend you were too good to do so. Being able to interact with each other and learn from each other is what makes being in this community so much fun after all. So thank you again for being willing to share your techniques. Oh, I'm zoomed in, that explains it. There we go. That took me a hot minute. But then this is the final result. Let me know what you think. If you think this technique works better than my old technique, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Do you do your cut crease like this? Do you do it the way I used to do it? Or do you do something entirely different that we should all hear about so we can try and find the best technique out there? But then this is it for today. I need to go pretend to be productive and do some studying while being all glam in my sweatpants, which is such a quarantine mood. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something new with me today. And then I'll be seeing you again next time. Bye! I definitely got some color in these. Oh my god, I keep hitting my camera. I keep forgetting to check if I'm in frame.